Oh yeah.
I'm in New York. I make Ari-Fari stupid videos. Forget this bullshit about law, about right and wrong. You can't defend yourself. Might makes right. Give me your fucking oil.
Might makes right, so then should you still complain about being arrested unfairly?
Might makes right.
If might makes right, then wasn't that fair that they raided your house and put you in jail? They were stronger than you. They had more guns than you. They threw you in a cell. Might makes right.
Might makes right.
If they throw you in jail again, I don't want to hear a fucking peep. You just gotta say, yes, master. Yes, master. The Matrix was right. The Matrix is stronger. They got you.
That in most scenarios in life, because we're not idealists, we're not fucking Sneeko, we have a brain.
What the fuck? Whoa.
Fucking Sneeko.
What did you say fuck me for?
Someone has to lose for somebody else to win. There's very few scenarios in life which are perfectly equal 50-50 everybody.
Yeah, okay, Top G, we don't win from this. Yeah. Our economy is going to suffer. Do you know how many soldiers are going to have to be deployed? People from other places, you're in Romania saying, we, yes, war is good.
Fucking Sneeko.
This doesn't affect you. It affects us.
So I want to explain to you, without an idealistic, I'm in New York, I make Ari-Fari stupid videos, someone who actually understands the world. I want to explain to you how the
Okay, so what, I make arty-farty stupid videos. What do you put on a military helmet and like wave guns around and say war is good? So I'm making videos that are trying to inspire people, videos that are trying to, I'm putting effort into these videos, something nobody else is doing, right? Not to self-glaze or whatever, but I'm pretty damn good at this stuff. You wear a robe and then wave around guns and a helmet and then talk about all the places you want to invade. That's what we should be doing with our platform.
And the world at the top works exactly the same as the world at the bottom. How do I know how the world works? Because I grew up around street gangs. And guess what?
Okay, he's a gangster. Look, this is why nobody makes good art anymore, because not only one is there not a return on investment, because it's expensive to do this. I don't take gambling deals. I could take a gambling deal. I could sign up there. I see him brag all the time. Oh, I made $300 million this year so far. I'm a billionaire. So why are you taking gambling deals after all this? Because that didn't really help me escape the Matrix. That didn't help me. Actually, that's why I became so stupid, because I signed up for Duel. I thought I was going to escape the Matrix and resist the slave mine, and instead I lost my mortgage using your gambling link. I thought that I was going to free myself from the Matrix, and then, oh, whoops. Now I have brain rot, and now my wife's leaving me because I can't afford the mortgage. Too bad. If that's what I should be doing with my platform instead of making artsy-fartsy videos, then I guess we disagree.
At the top, between the countries and the intelligence agencies, and everybody's trying to take the stuff. This is important. I want you guys to understand this. Everybody is out here trying to take stuff. If America finds out that you have some stuff, some gold, they can print free money from the sky and give it to you, and you give them your valuable gold. That's America's life hack. That's why America's rich. This all happened post-World War II, of course. But nobody talks about the fact that America continued going to war after World War II. America continued to exert its dominance.
No, I do talk about that. That's why war in Venezuela is, because all the wars after World War II were a major failure. That was the last time that America got permission from Congress to go into war. After that, it was all regime change. It was all disaster. Vietnam, Iraq twice, Iran, Syria, Libya, every single regime change, identical to Venezuela right now, was all a major disaster. That's why I'm saying what's happening now is a mistake. Look at history.
So the dollar is the global reserve currency, because if you don't accept it, we'll fuck you up. The dollar is backed by violence. The dollar is backed by the American.
So if you're saying that that's okay, if you're saying that we should support these wars because we need to support the US dollar, who's in control of the US dollar? Who's in control of the Fed? You see how the Rothschild family was super happy about the Venezuelan invasion? We're going to deploy troops for central banking, for the people that got rid of the gold standard, the people profiting off of debt. It's like so hypocritical, because the whole slave mind mentality is that there used to be actual slavery, and slavery now is financial slavery. As soon as you go to school, you have to take out $100,000 in loans, and then you owe money to the school. Now you work for the school. Not only that, you take out a loan, you pay interest on it, which is a sin in Christianity and Islam. You're not supposed to. Usury is banned, but certain people benefit from usury. Not only are you paying every month, but you're paying debt, you're paying interest. You're in debt slavery forever. They sit there and profit creating nothing while you owe money forever. And half of these majors are a waste of time anyway. Half of the stuff that you learn in schools, it's all indoctrination, it's all psychological warfare that we all acknowledge. The same people who say that this psychological warfare, feminism, transgenderism, right, gay pride, all that's what's taught in schools. And that same system is how we become slaves. And then you say we need to go fight wars to protect this. I say no.
Any country that had these fantastical, whimsical ideas about not using the dollar any longer, Libya, Iraq, etc., something happened.
Yeah, that's what happened to Libya. Gaddafi wanted to create a bank separate from the central banking system, and ironically enough, Tate, so did Venezuela. Venezuela rejected the central banking system. Gaddafi was assassinated after he wanted to create a bank that was separate from that Rothschild system. And what happened? He was assassinated. Are you going to support that too? And then the same people that say, oh, like Africans are stupid, Somalis are low IQ, African third world are third. Okay, well, there was somebody in charge that wanted to go and bring Africans out of that slavery, and he was killed. And then we blame them and point at them and laugh at them and say that they're all poor and stupid. The people that are trying to fix it all die. They all get killed. So whose side are you on?
So the whole dollar system is based on the fact that America can kick everyone's ass.
And for who? You're supporting it. Who is America kicking everyone's ass for? What was Iraq about, Tate? Was that about weapons of mass destruction, or was that to destroy all of the enemies surrounding Israel? All the wars in the Middle East, all the regime change in the Middle East, was that to assert American dominance? Or were these wars done so that Israel can have dominance in the Middle East and every surrounding nation can crumble?
Because as soon as the world doesn't believe that America can kick their ass, they stop using the dollar. And as soon as they stop using the dollar, the Western world as we know it goes broke. So I ask you a question. To all of you people in America crying that we kidnapped some fucking Mexican out of Venezuela.
Listen to that sentence. All the people in America crying that we are in America and you're not. Our opinion on this is more valid than yours. You don't pay tax here. You don't owe money to the IRS, do you? Do you still have American citizenship? How are you saying we and criticizing the people here that are against it when it affects us and it doesn't affect you? We are the ones that should be speaking about it. Going in Romania and instigating, encouraging this warfare, and then getting on a high ground and saying we're all crying about it, it's because it affects us and it doesn't affect you.
Do you want your currency to collapse? Do you think that your life will be better if your currency collapses and food riots begin on your streets? Or do we just want to kidnap a Mexican? The thing is, the Venezuelans understand this very well.
I think a lot of the people like Tate and a lot of the people that were originally supportive of Trump would be always saying Trump should abolish the Fed. Trump should abolish the IRS. Trump should change the financial system. Trump should make America independent of the central bank system. He was even saying a lot of this stuff. And now that America's aligning with it and going to war for it, now you support it?
Everyone is trying to steal from everyone else. And the fact that America has the dollar allows us most of the time to...
Well, people are always... There's so much greed and people are trying to steal because of the financial system that we have right now. Because it's not based on any...
Vagthusen hjælper lidt. IF hjælper meget. Velkommen til IF Forsikring.
What the fuck is doing a song? What the fuck is doing a song?
Would you, girl? Jeg er Patterfi, baby du min bi. Jeg vil bare sige, at du er bedre end kaffe. At du er bedre end kaffe. Jeg er Patterfi, baby du min pige. Jeg er Patterfi, baby du min pige.
Tunge stoffer og min lover og forlod sten. Jeg forlod festen med en bakke med en tattoo der i.
Hun ringer til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende, jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 timer, da hun fortalte mig, hun hed Laura. Broken heart, og de bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi min sang i radio, og jeg er stadig nævner til playkode. Hun kørte lidt som om hun frygtløs, første gang jeg var nervøs. So I waited for my chance, but playboys we don't dance. 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 Stick it in me. Table friends, det her går til table. Fuck table. Du starter med at tage mig friend, så husk din tas, tjene de penge og giv det gas. Du starter med at tage mig friend, det er en ny begyndelse. Hvad du har lyst til, nye mennesker, hvad du ikke forventer. Vi holder sammen med familie, vi familie, vi familie. Vi nåede aldrig at grille, det var med underligt i starten. Men nu er ikke mere jeg magter. Jeg kan ikke magte det. Jeg kan ikke magte det. Vi var table friends. If this world were mine, if this world were mine. Woman nummer 7, som det løb. Smitter som det varmt. Han er varm, han er varm. Jeg er pjusket, jeg er ham. Iskold. Hvis den her verden var min, ville jeg jeg tager dine dreams og gør det min. Hvis den her verden var min, vil jeg tage dine dreams få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Gør dig min kvinde. Hvis den her verden var min. Hvis folk har et problem, så er jeg på min Johnny Gade-ting. På min Johnny Gade-ting. Jeg henter min her. Jeg er på mit Shinigami-svær. Shinigami-svær. Vælge side. Snehvide. Jeg er helt smuk. Jeg er varm. Han er pjuske. Det er ham. Han er iskold. For vi er et hold. Hvis den verden er min, vil jeg tage dine dreams og få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Hvis den verden er min, vil jeg tage dine dreams og få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Og hvis den verden er Rivmark. Fuck.
$22 goals, 3 assists, 18 games. That's video game numbers Mbappe is pulling this season. But hold up, isn't this the same guy who got caught offside 8 times in one match? The same guy who went a whole season without lifting a single trophy? Yeah, that Mbappe. So what changed? How did he flip the script this hard? And what went wrong after that World Cup final? This is the epic comeback story of Kylian Mbappe. Before the world knew his name, Kylian Mbappe already knew exactly where he wanted to go. There's that famous photo of him at 14. Skinny kid, Bondi bedroom, Cristiano Ronaldo posters everywhere. But the best part isn't the room, it's the look on his face. He genuinely believed he was leaving that room for the Bernabeu one day, and he said it out loud. People around him still talk about that confidence. His coaches in Bondi remember a kid who breathed ambition.
Hvad så, Valdemar? Se, Valdemar. Nys. Er der en, der har soppet? Er der en, der har soppet for 11 minutter siden? Damn. Det kan ikke passe. Nice. Hvad så, Valdemar? Godt at se dig, bror. Godt at se dig, Moji. Vi chiller lidt, nyt album, ny telefon, ny computerstream på endda. Så hvordan har du det, min bror? Hvordan har du det? Kører det? Når jeg skulle have skrevet til Valdemar, at jeg er streamer. Men opdagede det heldigvis nu, så...
minutter.
Hvor fedt.
Så skal du have et hoved.
Fedt, det lige tager dig tiden til at komme ind og sige hej.
Ja. Kameraman kom forbi i dag.
Det skal jeg jo også en gang imellem.
Ja.
Jeg tror også det bedste. Jeg tror ikke, jeg kunne ryge alt. Jeg tror, det tager lidt tid at ryge det her. Jeg tror, jeg kunne lave 5 joints af det her.
Ja, så siger det bare ikke også, altså med de her bondningsmetoder. Hvis du laver dem lige så stærke, som jeg tror, du gør, hvilket jeg nok højst sandsynligt også ved, du gør.
Jeg puttede 2 smøger i, i 04. I det der. Jeg havde på 2 smøger.
Det passer faktisk meget godt med, hvad jeg plejer på det.
Ja, men jeg har ikke ristet så godt som dig, fordi jeg er dårlig lighter.
Jeg bestemmer sådan set selv, når jeg holder pause. Jeg bestemmer bare ikke, hvor lang tid jeg holder pause. Det skal jeg snakke med min chef om. Fuck, det lyder sgu da som en fucking god deal. Altså selvfølgelig, at du ikke bare lige kan hive 5 minutter hver 20 minutter, men at I kan gå op, og I kan snakke med chefen og sige, at jeg har lige brug for en frokostpause, for eksempel. Frokostpause er jo selvfølgelig lidt længere end en almindelig pause.
Ja.
Men stadig, altså, det er sgu en fed option at have. Der vil jeg sgu nogle gange ønske at gå ud på den restaurant, jeg arbejder på. Man.
Jeg er glad for, det er Netto. Det er ikke sikkert, at jeg bliver ansat for det, fordi lige nu er det bare oplæring, ikke?
Jo, meget oplæring. Igen, du kan også vente den om sådan her, så har du oplæring, så kan du søge en af de andre nettoer her i Slagelse.
Og så kan jeg måske, men der kan praktik i næste netto, og se om vi bliver ansat der. Det er det, de snakker om. Oplæring først, og så ser vi an bagefter.
Ja.
Praktikker.
Så, det er pisse hårdt, og der er simpelthen så mange lyde og børn, der skriger, og jeg vil nok kvæle mine kollegaer og børnene, der kommer ind i restauranten, så
præcis.
Jeg tror bare, jeg lader være.
Ja. Hvad sad sammen med den video? Jeg skal til Vietnam. Ja. Hey. Du skal ikke med. Nå, desværre, ja. Men du skal hjælpe os lige med til, men du tager med til toget, så vi siger selvfølgelig farvel til Patty, men vi har pakket vores ting, og vi skal afsted. Og jeg tager dobbelt det med, så Ed, du bliver her hjemme, sammen med Eddie, I passer på huset. Klarer ham her sagen. Vi ligger der her, charmanter. Og så holder du øje med lærerne. Han glæder sig. Ja. Så jeg muller op med det. Nå, Frederik, vi skal afsted. Kom. Ja. Vi rejser snart. Vi skal starte mod toget. Så men Valdemar giver mig 100 kroner. Så det første job er at skaffe en bajer. Så det skal jeg skaffe. Men nu vil jeg se, hvornår det sker. Hey, daily blogger. Jeg blogger hver dag nu, så let's go. Kom. Vi er snart på flyveren. Det er dejligt. Vi er på flyveren. Ja. Så skal vi Frankrig først. Sidste fly. Så skal vi til Vietnam. Det er spændende. Så er vi landet i Vietnam. I Vietnam.
Jeg har en tyk, der kun på sommerferien og alt.
Og det er en lang flyvetur med over.
Ja.
Det var hårdt. Ja.
Jeg tror,
Hvad skal vi nu?
vi skal videre til mormor.
Til mormor.
Ja, mormor.
Så kan du sige, det mormor siger.
Det er en anden lufthavn, ja.
Min mor har de ringet til min lillebror, så får du mad. Jeg kommer om en time, men jeg kan ikke, hvad skal være. Jeg vil se prisen, tror jeg får det med. Bunny. Nice coffee.
Mày đưa mà mày nè.
Hey, taste test.
Đó là một hái. Nhiều không lạnh.
Det er vietnamese bánh mì.
Ja.
Lạnh không?
Ikke bedre end mor. Ikke bedre end din mor. Den er ikke bedre end din.
Nå, okay.
For 9 ud af 10. Så er der kommer den her til mig. Slet ikke en kameramand bagved. Men vi skal smage. Om den er god. Det er glad. Men smager det meget godt. Meget smag. Og 1-6, 4,5. Så vil jeg hos min mormor. Det er sygt varmt, og jeg aner ikke, hvorfor jeg den er på. Det var så smart ud. Så her er min mormors hus. Min mor har bygget det, men min mor har lavet det om, fordi jeg gjorde det pænere. Når min mor fik en kone. Så hils på mormor. Grandma, mormor. Jeg er hos min kusine. Det er lige bag ved min mormor. Så, og her er min nevø. Det er jysk B. B! Can I show the Charizard? The Pokémon.
Det er noget andet igen.
Ja, men jeg giver min nevø her, det er min nevø, ikke min, det er min nevø, den her i gave, så hvad det hedder, han kommer aldrig til at købe den her, så jeg kan godt købe den her igen, så jeg giver ham. Wow.
Wow. Wow, trời ơi. Cảm ơn, có lên.
Can you say hello? Han er bare meget genert, sådan er det bare. Snip.
Dạ phá ní đó, dạ không báo con bụng nữa đâu, có được cái bỏ là cái mình nhảy. Chó à. Thôi cô.
Này em lên.
Ở đây.
Chú có lý ở đây nè.
Nơi. Yên nhìn.
Này mà.
Ja, stille og roligt, hvad det er.
Havresukker. Sukker. Nu tror jeg, det er tid til at afslutte første blok. Og det er så altid min jæge, som jeg siger til, nu har jeg set på Snapchat. Jeg har ikke set i 13 år, jeg ved ikke lige, hvor gammel hun er, men hun er i hvert fald ikke alverdens gammel. Så jeg har aldrig set hende sådan et spørgsmål, så jeg kan faktisk ikke huske det. Nå, men jeg er på vej til mormor. Fordi min jæse bor hos min tante. Fordi min kusine, som er hendes mor, bor i en helt anden by. Så hun går i skole. Hun er stadig i skole, så hun kommer op meget. Jeg tror, at vi må byde blok senere, så vi er på banen igen. Det er ikke blokket.
Hvad skriver Valdemar? Ja, stille og roligt, stille og roligt. Jeg har i hvert fald ikke haft det bedste humør de sidste par dage, men efter min første dag, så har jeg fået lidt energi igen, ikke? Så, hey, jeg er 29 år, hvad så? Nice. Snart 30. Ja.
If this world were mine, if this world were mine, hey, woman nummer 7, som det løb, for at smide som det varmt, hey, han er
Prøv at ringe til Billy. Hej Amalie, eller hvis det er det der står. Velkommen til det i hvert fald. Ja, jeg skal lige have... Jeg prøver at få fat på Billy, eller prøver at få fat på nogen. Hvilket jeg skal snakke med. Jeg havde første dag i går, så det er stille og roligt. Prøv lige at holde øje lidt med, hvad vi skal se. Hvorfor har du ikke været så på toppen, min bror? Alt vel? Jeg tror, det er meget det med min far, ikke? Før ikke? Du ved, hvis jeg skal være ærlig, det har sgu ikke... Det slog mig sgu ud, lidt efter nytår, ikke? Så har jeg bare været meget i min seng og bare stenet. Men jeg har været udenfor de næste par dage, så jeg har faktisk prøvet at få det lidt bedre, men I ved det, man prøver, altså. Så, men i morgen kommer Bravin, Patty og A-Smok, og så skal vi holde fest. Vi skal arbejde, vi skal do the shit. Hey. Vi skal derfor i morgen, det bliver fedt. Det bliver nice. Ja, det er rigtigt. Det er svært, selvom det er svært nogle gange, Sådan er det. Rather be with you. Rather be with you. Rather be with you. Ja. Nå. Der er ikke så meget at gøre, før, men jeg skal lade thumbnail til. Til en video på Team Pjuske W, ikke? Så det skal jeg også have gjort. Det jeg husker mig allermest for, ikke, det var, at han lærte mig, jeg var med til at lære mig at give op, ikke, og det skal jeg også huske, selvom han ikke er her mere. Ja. Det er det, jeg husker mig allermest for, men ja. Og kæmpe for det, jeg tror på, så det... Er Bravin hjem? Er Bravin hjem? Klar til i morgen. Klar til i morgen. Jeg lige ringe til A-Smok.
Magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number. Somewhere in the ancient mystic trinity, you get three as a magic number. The past and the present and the future, faith and hope and charity.
4, 5. Det mener plus, og så 4, 5. Kylian Mbappé.
Det næste 24 timer, der skal jeg spise på 7-Eleven, og lad os se efter, om jeg kan ramme mine kalorier og macros, og hvor meget det kommer til at koste. Lad os komme i gang. Første måltid er selvfølgelig vores iskaffe. Vi får faktisk iskaffen her fra 7-Eleven hver evig eneste dag, i hvert fald her i Thailand. Og det indeholder 90 kalorier, 4 gram protein, 12 gram kulhydrat og 3 gram fedt. Min macros, som jeg kører lige nu, er 3540 kalorier. Jeg får omkring 185 gram protein, 475 gram kulhydrat og 100 gram fedt. Så lad os se efter mig, vi kan ramme min macros nogenlunde i dag. Det fede er ved 7-Eleven, der er kalorier macros på alt, så det gør det også lidt nemmere. Starter selvfølgelig lige med at åbne det her islåg her. De her koster ingenting, det er 10 bet, hvad det er 2 kroner eller sådan noget. Og så tror jeg, det er 3 kroner for den her. Det er lige i hvert fald 10,35, så skal vi have kaffen i. Altså det her, det er jo mega satisfying. Den er godkendt, så skal vi selvfølgelig have almond, mælk, mandelmælk i. Det er lavet på kalorier. Den her indeholder 45 kalorier kun. Så, lad os se. Og nu skal vi lige have mixet det. Så er det grundigt. Skål! Den er altså godkendt, så nu vil jeg altså drikke den her, og så vil fruen og jeg gå en tur rundt i Bangkok. Og et lille fun fact, det er, hvis du har været i Thailand eller generelt Bangkok, så er der 7-Elevens over det hele. Alt i alt er der 85.000 7-Elevens i hele verden. Og i Bangkok, så er der omkring 7.500 til 8.000. Og i hele Thailand er der omkring 15.000, hvilket er fuldstændig crazy. Så 7-Elevens, det er altså til at finde her i Bangkok. Så er der altså tid til første måltid, og det her det er pre-måltid inden træning, så det skal være godt med kulhydrat, og heller ikke for meget fedt. Det kan være tungt for ens krop, især når man skal træne, så kulhydrat er det nemmeste at fordøje. Så der tager jeg den her risret her, og så skal jeg lige finde en banan, og måske en lille proteinbar også. Og så skal jeg selvfølgelig også have noget og drikke.
Ja, du har ret, Valdemar. Du har ret.
Det var ikke til at finde de her protein-mysli-barer, men jeg går med en proteinshake i stedet for at få mine proteiner. Så fik jeg handlet ind til pre-måltid, som sådan rent faktisk er det første måltid, som er noget Australian chopped beef red curry with rice. Meget spændt på at se, hvordan det her smager. Og selvfølgelig en banan, sukkerfri iste og en proteinshake. Alt i alt blev det 29,5 kroner. Macros kalorier her, det er der 799 kalorier, 48 gram protein, så det er solid nok. 124 gram kulhydrat, mega godt, 14 gram fedt. Så det er lavt på fedt, højt på kulhydrat og protein, og det er det, vi gerne vil have inden træning. Så lad os smage på den her risret. Den er meget spændt på, hvordan den smager. Og derudover så får du faktisk også bestik med, hvilket er så super nice. Så er det nok for alt det her 29,5 kroner. Altså, jeg så ikke engang tænke på, hvad sådan noget vil koste i Danmark. Jeg har smagt nogle risretter hernede før, og synes egentlig, de er super fine i forhold til, at det er simpelthen færdiglavet. Det er klart, de er ikke lige så gode, som dem man køber på de lokale steder her, men vi har kødet her, vi har noget ris, super fint. Og lad os smage på sagerne. Det er kød her, med sovs, og selvfølgelig ris. Det er faktisk helt okay i forhold til det sådan færdigret her. Der er god spice, prisen er god. Jeg får et af det her måltid 7 ud af 10. Det er sgu helt fint. Så
inside. I take some sip of milk. I enjoy milk, fam. I love milk. From the bottom of my heart. Hey, let's go. Welcome. I will celebrate with some milk. Now we go inside.
Der er ny short ude på kanalen. Hey, nice. Nice.
I den her proteinshake med mælkesmag, den burde man søge sig i Danmark, for jeg elsker smagen af mælk, så den her, den er bare. Altså det er virkelig go-to. 30 gram protein, 50 bat, den koster 10 kroner. Der er 180 kalorier i, altså, og så er den laktosefri. Det er virkelig en go-to her i Thailand, hvis man gerne vil have sådan proteiner nemt. Så nu vil jeg spise det her måltid, slå mave, og så vil jeg op og træne ben.
Så er der købt 2 drikkelse, fordi at jeg skal op og træne ben. Og der er selvfølgelig købt nogle elektrolytter. Gatorade her, 0 kalorier. Så har jeg købt 2 til fruen og 2 til mig. Alt i alt koster de her 50 spand, så det svarer til 8 kroner for de her 2 her. Så er vi altså kommet til Muscle Factory, og dagens træning, det er altså en solid leg day, så det er godt, at vi er stacket op på elektrolytter, fordi der er altså 34 grader i dag. Og det er derfor, at vi har købt 2 af dem her, som lillemor drikker. Skål. Og de er sukkerfrie, og de er sindssygt gode. Muscle Factory her er et super nice, sådan rigtig baby-sted. Det eneste, der er, sådan, er problemet, det er, at der er så mange maskiner. Så nogle gange er det svært at finde rundt i, hvilken maskine man skal vælge, fordi at de har sådan 3 varianter af forskellige ting. Det er sådan lige med at få overblik over, hvor maskinerne er. Det er i hvert fald det, som det sværeste er i det her center, fordi det er så stort her. Så er jeg altså blevet færdig med en bentræning, og det er tid til et postmeal efter træning. Noget med godt protein og godt med kulhydrat. Så der tager jeg den her græsk yoghurt på 33 gram protein. Og vi skal selvfølgelig have noget mysli til det græsk yoghurt. Og vi skal selvfølgelig have noget frugt, så der tager vi noget æbler og selvfølgelig en banan. Og til maden skal jeg selvfølgelig have en kold Pepsi Max, når der er så varmt. Så er det blevet tid til postmeal efter træningen. Som sagt, græsk yoghurt, mysli, banan og æbler. Og så har jeg også lidt æbler ved siden af her. Virkelig et solidt måltid her. Og selvfølgelig en Pepsi Max. Så alt i alt har det her måltid kostet 38,32 kroner. 119 gram kulhydrat, 14 gram fedt og 40 gram protein. Så virkelig godt måltid her efter træningen. Skal vi lige smage på det her. Bon appetit. Det er sgu godkendt meget basic. Det smager godt. Nu vil jeg nyde det her måltid, og så vil jeg vende tilbage til næste måltid. Så er der altså tid til snackmåltid, som er den iskaffe, vi også fik i morges. Og så deler fruen og jeg de her gyoza. Vi deler det her is her, så jeg tænker lige, vi skal teste det. Og det her chokoladebrød, som smager sindssygt. De her gyoza, det varmer de også, og de smager også vanvittigt godt i forhold til, det bare sådan en købenøde. Så det kan varmt anbefales, også det her chokoladebrød. Kæmpe win. Alt i alt koster det her måltid, fordi vi halverer det, så er det så 17,08 kroner altså for mig, og kaloriemæssigt 445, 14 gram protein, 14 gram fedt, 64 gram kulhydrat. Så ikke så meget protein, men det er ikke noget problem, det skal jeg nok få hentet her senere på dagen. Så jeg tænker, dem har jeg ikke smagt før, lige sådan 4 stykker her, og fruen og jeg deler det. Skal vi se, hvad det kan? Og
nu er det der.
Altså det er sådan noget jordbær og vanilje i den i. Også lidt gode. Og det er uden rigtig ting.
Det er 7,5.
7,5, jeg vil sige 8, de er virkelig gode. Også godkendt. Det er så dejligt med sådan en iskaffe, der er 34 grader. Nu er det tid til at gøse her, hvor vi halverer en for at få det til at gå op. De er altså bare gode, de er. Lækker snackmåltid, det vil jeg spise, eller det vil vi spise, og så vender jeg tilbage, når vi skal have aftensmad. Så er det tid til aftenmad, som består af de her nudler med nogle wontons, og så de her æg her, som jeg har set sindssygt meget på TikTok. Det skulle være i noget soja, så den glæder mig til at teste og se, som de kan noget. Så er jeg altså kommet op på rooftoppen af vores hotel, og nu er det tid til aftensmad. Aftensmaden består af de her nudler og 2 æg, som jeg ikke har prøvet at smage før. Og alt i alt kostede det 15,07 kroner. Det er 620 kalorier, 36 gram protein, 63 gram kulhydrat, 24 gram fedt. Og jeg er meget spændt på både at smage den her nudelret, men også de her æg. Lige ved, at jeg skal tage dem. Begge ting er blevet varmet, men jeg håber virkelig, det her soja over det hele. Men det er i sådan en sojasauce, kunne jeg også overveje den her udsigt her. What's that to right? Og der er ingen folk heroppe. Skal vi smage? Det smager virkelig godt. Altså, det er bare æg med sådan en sojasmag, men alligevel heller ikke for meget. Det er sgu lækkert, det er godkendt. Det er ikke sidste gang, jeg prøver det her. Det er sådan lidt sødt, men alligevel lidt saltet. Så skal vi selvfølgelig have lidt nudler med at smage på det. Det er også godkendt. Det er sgu helt udmærket i forhold til det sådan en mikroovnsret her. Vi vil smage de her wontons. Godkendt aftensmad. Nu vil vi nyde den her til den her skønne udsigt. Så er vi i 7-Eleven igen. Det er dagens sidste måltid, som er aftensnack. Og jeg har omkring 900 kalorier tilbage, så det bliver lidt en blanding af det hele. Det er ofte sådan min aften er. Det første, det skal helt klart være de her chips her. De er sindssygt frøderne. Jeg fik dem den anden dag. Dem skal jeg i hvert fald have. Så er der altså tid til aller sidste måltid, som er snack. En proteinshake med sådan en honningsmag. En müslibar med 5 gram protein, æbler, ananas, skåret ud, chips og selvfølgelig en toast, og den varmer de også i 7-Eleven. Hvis du har været i Thailand før, så har du sikkert prøvet den. Den er virkelig go-do. Og det her måltid kostede 37,17 kroner, 904 kalorier, 49 gram protein, 26 gram fedt, 124 gram kulhydrater.
Endelig. Jeg skal lave en ny livret. Vi bruger min farve. Så han skal stå til lag. Han skal stå til lag. Hvis jeg ville blive nu, ville vi glemme det. Ja, det er noget. Ja. Jeg var sulten. Men det er Asian dyre. Og spørg, hvem er tzatziki? For jeg skal til tzatziki. Vi har tzatziki. Bang. Hjemmelavet. Og vi skal høre på, hvad er det stykke tomat. Præcis. Og jeg er i gang med at strække det bare. Og det er faktisk, du bruger det bare. Nogen kan ikke få med det. Så skal vi noget. Vi starter med pirbotten. Det er bare okay, ikke? For botten, ikke? Det er jo bare, det er bare. Nu er der ikke noget. Og der er ikke, så det var faktisk lidt, det er så bare. Det er bare. Så er det sammen. Og vi har tjent vores nye leder, Charmander. Og han har bestemt, at vi skal være på strappen i finale. Og det vi har med i dag, det er Patty, Rummel, Ashmark og Fusion. Så det er Charmander bestemt, og finalen er bestemt, så lad os starte med sten, saks, papir. Mig og Marco starter, så sten, saks, papir op til 3, og det er på nu. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, og det er på nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Hey! Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Jeg vandt. Nej! Hey! Sten, saks, papir nu. Ikke. Kom nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Nej! Vil du så sige, ja, videre? Okay. Sten, saks, papir nu. Forældre. Sten, saks, papir nu. Hey! Så er det mod mig. Nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Eller ikke noget, der hedder. Sten, saks, papir nu. Loser. Nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Ja, godt. Sten, saks, papir nu. Ej. Sten, saks, papir nu. Ej. Bedst ud. Det var bedst ud 3. Bedst ud 3. Passing vand. Ja. Passing. Sten, saks, papir nu. Fuck. Sten, saks, papir nu.
I din redebil.
Sten, saks, papir nu. Sten, saks, papir nu. Sidste. Ja, det var en... Ja. Sidste, der er en tilbage. Sten, saks, papir nu. Asken så bedste, tak første runde. Okay, strafspark. Kom så. Yay!
Det her det er bare rigtig farfodbold.
Jeg ved ikke, hvad det er. Hey! Hey! På den der.
Færdig nok. Hvor er den? Skal på den? Er du klar? Ja. Er du klar? Så godt. Jeg skal lige op i buksen. Jeg tager lige dårligt, kun halvt, jeg stiger på. Hey!
Sådan. Det går ikke det der. Det er heller ikke målmand. Så den næste, kom. Er vi klar? Og videre. Han har 3 forsøg.
Nå, stolt mig.
Sådan, Ronaldinho. Messi.
Den er reddet, den er stag.
Så du har ramt et mål, og han har lavet en redning. Okay, super.
Ej. Så er det Patricks tur. Videre. Kom så, Patrick.
Ja, nej, kom.
Det er mig, der har mistet et liv nu. Jeg tabte den her. Det er sækkeløb nu. Kom. Okay. Så er det til sækkeløb. Det er Patty. Inger rød ude nu. Jeg har 1 liv. Asmus har 1. Så er det Patty. Afsted. 1, 2, 3, go. Og sæt tiden.
5 sekunder. 6 sekunder. 10 sekunder. 8 sekunder.
Kom så, Patty. Oh. 17,9. 17. Så er det videre til den næste. Start. Hvad blev det?
13,45.
Okay, så er det Askers tur. Afsted. Nu. Nej! Jo!
Nej!
Så rummer mest et liv.
Så Patrick var lige så ikke har noget.
Ja. Okay, så den af.
Fuck, det var synd for. Han det faktisk lige før det faktisk synd på rummet, han får den tid på. For han havde løbet den fodfærgen.
Ja.
Det var noget
okay.
Han klarer det nok. Okay, skal vi videre?
Jeg klarer det nok.
Stop dansen. Okay, nu er det tid til dødsrunden. Det er mig, Asmus eller Rumme, der rører ud. Så det her vil tage længere tid, jeg tror. Så Patrick han er safe, og det er stopdans, så er vi klar? Patrick er dommer.
3, 2, 1, go!
Kæft,
Rumme!
Baby, you should let me know that. Baby, I can let you know that.
det er mig, der er ude. Jeg er ude nu.
Nej, videre.
Nej, det er fordi, så er det jeg, der kæmper i semifinalen.
Ja.
Sådan der. Og i finalen.
Men så er vi jo faktisk, hvad? Vi skal ikke danse nu mere. Vi er faktisk der.
Nej. Nu bliver det ikke ved at stoppe der. Nu er det grønne rundt, der bestemmer. Hvad siger du, Patrick? Han er i finalen.
Hvad? Ja, motherfucker.
Han overlevede 3 runder, så er han også i finalen.
Du er i finalen, jeg er ude, så det er Asmus og Rummet, der skal kæmpe i semifinalen.
Ja.
Og den, der bestemmer, det er faktisk hverken mig, Patrick eller Charmander. Det er faktisk...
De 2.
Nej.
Det kan ikke være for at vinde, han sidder i 2.
Nej, det er den her, der er skæbne.
Goddamn.
Ja, okay, så...
Det er ikke sådan en god
Tag kameraet, Patrick.
Ja.
Okay, det I skal, I skal gætte den. 3 forsøg, en af gangen. Okay? Okay, hvem vil gætte først? Nej, ikke hvad den bliver nu.
Og hvad den bliver nu?
Ja, hvad den bliver.
Så gætter jeg grøn.
Det blev den. 1 point. Videre. Så dig, Asmus. Rød. Det blev den. Sådan der, okay. Kom så. Næste.
Jeg siger rød.
Så er det dig. Grøn. Okay, så er det dig.
Jeg er Katterfi, baby du min pige. Jeg vil bare sige, at du er bedre end kaffe. At du er bedre end kaffe. Jeg er Katterfi, baby du min pige. Jeg vil bare sige, at du er bedre end kaffe. At du er bedre end kaffe. Hun siger hun har ikke fået for nogen mand, men jeg har lige bestilt sushi fra Japan. Hun bliver nysgerrig, når hun spørger hvordan. Men Gud giver mig ret, og Gud giver mig magt. Jeg vil bare drikke mig stivs, og jeg føler mig i liv. Hun vil gerne bolde hele natten og klippe det ned, og mit øre vil hun gerne vide. Det var ikke nemt. Hun vil gerne holde igen. Hun synes jeg er slem, og hun vil være mere end en ven. Hun gør mig høj, jeg er hendes mandboy, og hun er mit legetøj. Jeg er Katterfi, baby du min pige. Jeg vil bare sige, at du er bedre end kaffe. At du er bedre end kaffe. Jeg er Katterfi, baby du min pige. Jeg vil bare sige, at du er bedre end kaffe. At du er bedre end kaffe. Men at du er fin, vi drikker bare vin. Bare sig til mig, at du vil være.
Vi drikker bare vin.
You want to know how to start a gaming YouTube channel. Well, you have probably clicked on the best video on YouTube. My name is Nathan, this is the Blueprint channel, and I've been a YouTuber for 12 years. And I started YouTube back in 2012 with my very own gaming channel. And I grew that channel all the way to 10 million subscribers. And then I started a second gaming channel and grew it to almost 8 million subscribers. So I have a bit of experience when it comes to starting a YouTube channel and specifically starting a gaming YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about it. We're going to strategize how you can start a gaming channel, what you should focus on, how you should come up with ideas, and how you can get your channel off the ground and grow it to the millions and millions of followers. And I only have one thing I ask for you guys. I'm making this video completely for free, and all I ask for you guys to do is click that subscribe button. If you get any value out of this video, share it with a friend. If you know someone that's trying to start a gaming YouTube channel, share it with a friend, and I'm sure this will be super valuable to them. But also, the lessons that we talk about in this video right now don't specifically apply to just a gaming YouTube channel. They can kind of apply to any YouTube channel. So even if you don't want to start a gaming YouTube channel, this could still be a valuable video. So let's begin the journey of starting a gaming YouTube channel. The first thing you need to do is pick your video game that you're going to play. Now there's kind of two ways you can go about this. Option number one, you can pick and focus on one video game. And this is exactly what I did when I started my channel. I picked the game of Minecraft and I only made Minecraft videos. I didn't really touch any other games, I just made Minecraft videos. Option number two is you can pick a variety of games. So maybe you don't stick to one game, maybe you play 2, 3, 4, or 10 different games on your gaming YouTube channel. Now this might be a difficult decision because some people might be like, should I just pick one game or should I pick 5 games? I don't know what to do. And to be completely honest, there's not a right or wrong answer. You can grow a YouTube channel either way. But here is the most important thing that a lot of people mess up. If you decide to pick option B, which is making a variety of games on your gaming channel, then you need to pick games that the same audience of viewers enjoy. Does that make sense? So for example, if you decide to play Minecraft, that is a kids game. Now there's a lot of other games that kids play, like Roblox and Fortnite. Different games. And that's where a lot of people mess this up, because if you make a gaming channel with a variety of games and every single game has a totally different audience that plays them, that's like trying to get good at 3 different sports, like baseball, soccer, and basketball, all at the same time. It's overall just really difficult. So that's my advice to you. Again, it doesn't matter if you start a channel with a variety of games. I started a channel with one game, but it's because Minecraft was the only game I cared about. It's the only game I played. It's the only game I liked. I really did not touch very many other video games. I think I played Guitar Hero and Rock Band a lot when I
sky, just the greatest time of my Sky. Moment. Fun moment. Big hotel. It's exercise. Translated into the sky. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget jeg streamer i morgen, fam. Det ved jeg ikke, hvor meget jeg gør. Mine venner kommer, ikke? Så der er derfor så alt muligt, så... Det... Og jeg er klar, fam. Jeg er klar til at smadre alle dørfors! Bang! Jeg kan være ikke med dig, ikke? Men alligevel... Bang! 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 Jeg er klar til at lave mit aftryk.
If this world were mine, if this world were mine. Hey, woman nummer 7, som det løb, for at smide something varmt. Hey, han er varm, hey, han er varm. Jeg er pjusket, jeg er ham. Iskold. Hvis den her verden var min, vil jeg tage den dreams. To me, hvis den her verden var min, vil jeg tage dine dreams. Få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Hvis den her verden var min. Hvis folk har et problem, så er jeg på min Johnny Gade-ting. På min Johnny Gade-ting. Jeg har hentet min her. Jeg er på min Shinigami-svær. Shinigami-svær, hey. Venlig side, snehvid. Jeg er A-smuk, jeg er varm. Han er pjusket, det er ham. Han er iskold, for vi er et hold. Hvis den verden er min, vil jeg have dine dreams. Og få det problem forsvinde. Hvis den verden er min, vil jeg tage dine dreams. Og få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Og hvis den her verden var min, vil jeg tage dine dreams. Og få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Yeah. Hvis den her verden var min, vil jeg tage dine dreams. Og få dine problemer til at forsvinde. Vi går fra side til side, snehvid. Vi skyder alle haters.
Jeg må lige se, fam. 3, 4. Fire, 5, 6, 7, 8. Med klatte, remoulade og chokolade.
Jeg får Subway, Asbjørn får Subway. Jeg skal fortælle min onkel, min mors lillebror, han er lige til min bror og min mor har tilbage.
God, bro. Trash mukbang.
Det var hans argument.
Jo, velkommen til Rivebok.
Hvad så er det fucking til sådan noget højt?
Rigtig mukbang.
Så er det gamer lidt så der, når jeg har fået det. Hvad er det for?
Det er sådan rigtigt.
Så er der mukbang.
Så er der mukbang derude, mand.
Så er der mukbang derude, mand.
Hvad så er det sådan? Velkommen til en mukbang.
Det er længe siden, vi har lavet det her, men
Nå, bro. Har du velkommen til?
hvad så, mand? Hvad så? Så er der...
Hvad lige havde
Jeg fik en chokoladeshake her. Hvad så alle sammen?
Det er tid.
Jeg forstår ikke, hvorfor den ikke klarer sig bedre. Det er ærgerligt, hvor det ligger mukbang.
Ja, det er det på Rivebro, så... Rivebro. Det kan jeg smage. Det kan jeg ikke. Hvad så alle sammen? Godt at se jer.
What up, everybody? Så
Hej så, velkommen til Rivebro. Hvad skal vi det? Hej alle sammen. Så har vi måske i dag på.
Om remoulade. Hallo, din Discord er invalid. Hvad nu, bror? Nå, linket. 2 sekunder. Linket? Oh my god. 2 sekunder, skal lige. Ja. Det er bare i orden, fam. Så... Det var så let. Du er inde på serveren i hvert fald. Og husk at subscribe, bro. Husk at subscribe. Det hjælper også. Så støtter du også kanalen på den måde. Og mor snart hjemme, fam. Mor snart hjemme. Damn. Jeg skal lige downloade Discord på den her. ikke tage ben. Nu har vi dashcore her på. Så. Okay. Trump.
There are over 15 humans who've used the notebook at some point in the timeline, and today we're about to give each one of them a rating out of 5. In case you haven't seen the anime, the Death Note is a supernatural weapon capable of killing any human by writing down their name while picturing their face in your mind. As you'd expect, the various people who've owned the notebook have used it in a ton of different ways, and what's interesting is that there are several characters in the manga who we never saw using it in the anime. Okay, so in no particular order, the first person on this list is C. Kira, otherwise known as Cheap Kira, and he's a person who appeared 3 years after the end of the main series. Now, as a quick overview of what he did, initially he received the Death Note from a Shinigami called Midora, who, by the way, loves bananas instead of apples, which I thought was kind of interesting. And after he received the Death Note, the first thing he started doing, he basically started killing old people. Now, specifically, he was killing old people over the age of 65 who had serious illnesses or diseases, and I guess C. Kira was willing to give them the death that they wanted. On the internet, old people would be posting on forums, basically just putting their pictures out there and saying what their disease is and why they want to die, and C. Kira would fulfill that request most of the time. In fact, by the time he was done, Japan's life expectancy decreased from 1st place in the world all the way down to 6th place, which means C. Kira must have killed thousands of people. To have an impact that big that your country's life expectancy goes from 1st in the world to 6th, he may have even killed a similar amount of people as Light, to have as much of an impact as that. But in terms of C. Kira's story, eventually things got to the point where there was a debate on Sakura TV. Basically, it was a group of Kira supporters versus non-Kira supporters, and at a certain moment in the debate, a bunch of young people basically started talking about how they wanted to die as well. And he did, in fact, kill the people who were asking for him. Because he had the Shinigami eyes, he was able to see their names, and he killed them on the spot. Now, that moment is what brought about Nia, so Nia was kind of watching the whole thing, and he intervened at that moment, and he basically called out C. Kira and basically called him a fraud. He said that C. Kira was a murderer, and that, he was boring, and he just disrespected C. Kira, is the point. Following being called out by Nia on live TV, C. Kira then stared at the wall for 3 days, and without saying a word, and he then started screaming and eventually wrote his own name in the Death Note after being called out by Nia. In terms of the pros and cons of this Kira, I guess in the pros section, you could say that he did kill people who wanted to die and who were suffering. So in that sense, he did do a service for certain people. And another thing that works in his favor is that Matsuda said that C. Kira was solving Japan's biggest problem, which was the aging population and its burden on the pension system. So in terms of economics, apparently C. Kira was some kind of benefit, so that's another good thing. However, moving on to the downsides of C. Kira, he killed people whose families asked for them to die. Now, I see a few problems with this. I mean, number one, I can very easily imagine a scenario where a family wants to get an inheritance. Family members can have ulterior motives, and so I feel like it needs to come from the person themselves. Another bad thing is that he killed the young people on Sakura TV, and the reason this is bad is because they could have maybe turned it around, maybe their life wasn't over, but Kira just kind of killed them anyway, which is very different situation from elderly people who were suffering from illnesses and who lived a full life. Very different situation. And finally, the last thing to mention about Kira is that he couldn't handle the consequences of being called out by L. And one funny thing, I want to contrast this with Light because when Light and Nia had their face-off, Nia said to him, you're nothing but a murderer. He basically said the same thing to Light. And if you compare Light's reaction with Kira's reaction of killing himself, it is very different. So I guess one thing you could say is that Kira, he didn't have the same level of confidence as Light. And so for that reason, I'm giving him a rating of 3 out of 5. I think that's fair, but let me know in the comments down below what you think. Following this, we have Kira, otherwise known as Minoru Tanaka, and this was the next person to have the death note after Kira died. At the time,
in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your Nintendo Switch to a MacBook Pro. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the Nintendo Switch docking station. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the Nintendo Switch AC adapter and we're gonna put it into the docking station. Then the second thing we're going to do is we're going to take an HDMI cable and we're gonna connect it also to the docking station. Then the other side of the HDMI cable, we're going to put it in the HDTV video capture. So we're going to put it in, and then we're going to connect it to the extender right here. Yes. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Nintendo Switch and we're going to put it in the docking station. And last thing is we're going to take the Nintendo Switch controller and we're going to connect the Joy-Cons.
Azula facts we seem to forget. Number 1, she actually temporarily completed the Fire Nation genocide when she zapped Aang harder than Sokka's thrust. Number 2, she's named after her grandfather, Fire Lord Azulan. And number 3, she's not the first firebender to bend blue flames. That's actually Roku and Sozin. And number 4, the reason her flames are blue in the first place is due to her ability to perform perfect combustion. It has nothing to do with her mental or emotional state. And number 5, she's the only non-Earth Kingdom native to become Earth Queen. Azula facts we seem to forget.
After Spider-Man decides to reveal his identity to the whole world, the Kingpin places a bounty on Peter and his family. However, by luck, Peter senses the sniper and pushes Mary Jane out of the bullet's path, saving her. But Aunt May is hit. Extremely angry, Peter immediately runs out of the motel and throws an entire jeep at the shooter. After that, he runs back to Aunt May and, desperate, swings with her to a hospital. While the doctors try everything to stop the bleeding, Peter suffers silently outside the window until he realizes there is still one thing he needs to do. Peter then puts on his black suit again and swears he will find the one responsible for this. Later, after discovering who it was, Peter calls Fisk, who is currently in prison, and tells him that this is the night of his death. And just as Peter promised, that night he invades the prison, turning on all the lights and opening all the cells until he finally faces the Kingpin with all the prisoners watching. Fisk says that he never expected this to be the place of his final fight, but Peter remains silent, which irritates the Kingpin, who then starts mocking Peter for dodging the bullet like a coward and letting his aunt be shot in his place. Suddenly, Spider-Man begins to beat Fisk, still still in silence. However, the Kingpin remains standing and continues mocking Peter's desire for revenge, which Peter responds to with even more attacks. Fisk then becomes furious that Spider-Man is not talking as usual, but Peter suddenly interrupts and begins a speech about his suit. Peter says that when he wears that suit, there are lines he cannot cross, because doing so could destroy what the suit represents. Then takes off his mask and says, "I'm not here to kill you." Peter Parker moves toward Fisk. Peter then begins the fight and simply humiliates Fisk until he falls to the ground, at which point he tells Fisk that he has no real power and that he is just a fat man with an attitude. Furious, Fisk now jumps at Peter's neck with all his strength, but Peter dodges everything and with a single punch knocks the Kingpin down for good. Fisk on the ground murmurs that he will kill him, but Peter yells for him to get up. Fisk says he can't. Then Peter literally lifts him by the chest and slaps him 10 times in the face in front of everyone. Immediately after, Peter opens Fisk's mouth and says he will fill his entire body with web, letting him die slowly without oxygen. And as Peter begins his count, everyone watches horrified, until 1 second before doing what he promised, Peter decides to just push Fisk to the ground, who this time begs to be killed immediately. Peter says he will really kill him, just not today. Completing it, he says that tonight he did something even worse. He destroyed his entire reputation. Peter then swears to everyone that if Aunt May dies, anyone who takes Fisk's place will also face the same fate, finally leaving the prison, leaving the Kingpin defeated and broken, crawling back to his cell. After Spider-Man decides to reveal his identity,
The Secret Service follows you everywhere. Why weren't there any girls in the Air Nomads?
I'm coming.
Did you know why referees have to check Tony Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Tony Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was. Did you know why referees have to check Tony Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Tony Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was. Did you know why referees have to check Tony Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Tony Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was.
Did you know why referees have to check Toni Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Toni Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was. Did you know why referees have to check Toni Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Toni Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was. Did you know why referees have to check Toni Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players from injuries during the game. However, many modern footballers choose extremely small shields. Technically, they still follow the rules, so referees can't officially complain. These minimal guards only cover the lower part of the shin, leaving most of the leg exposed. Of course, the main purpose of shin guards is to absorb blows to the legs, but when they're that tiny, they fail to do the job. Players believe that regular-sized guards slow them down and restrict their movement. As a result, they prefer to risk injury rather than sacrifice speed and agility on the pitch. But some take it even further. For example, Toni Kroos has been caught playing without shin guards several times. Years ago, the German midfielder decided to ditch them altogether. Instead, he came up with the idea of using a tiny piece of plastic under his socks to make it look like he had guards on. You can barely see them, but that's exactly what helped him avoid warnings from referees and move faster on the field, even though he was barely moving as it was. Did you know why referees have to check Toni Kroos before every match? Everyone knows that shin guards are designed to protect players. Så det er Nordens største app, og did you know Peter Parker?
Because of the camera. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna shove a camera in his face. If you know, Justin Bieber does not like cameras. Lad være med at slikke på skærmen. Kan du huske Bakugan? Spillet som blandede kort med...
Bonbonland er Danmarks svar på Five Nights at Freddy's. Når mørket falder på, ser den.
If you had the...
William Bry. William Bry.
If you had the rate the iPhone 17 Pro colors from worst to best, how would y'all rate them? For me, my rating is blue at the bottom. Sorry, this color is pretty dull. Doesn't really have that two-tone kind of look to it. To me, it just kind of...
Hot take, that's not genuine. Hot take, that's not really a hot take. Prime Virgil van Dijk is better than every single defender who has ever played.
Hej mor, hvornår kommer du hjem?
Jeg er i toget, så kommer på scenen.
Nå, du er i toget, okay.
Ja.
Fint nok.
Så kommer på scenen næste 30 minutter.
Nå, det var ikke så godt.
Ja, nej. Og så på grund af sneen eller hvad det nu, jeg ved ikke.
Ja, sådan er det. Nå, vi ses om
Ja,
lidt.
men sådan er det. Vi ses.
Vi ses om lidt. Hej.
things have to...
I just slept with my best friend's ex-girlfriend.
And I just slept with my ex-boyfriend's really good friend, Barney. This never happened.
It's a good plan.
Now, we go back to exactly the way things were before.
Right, so Robin, guess who nailed the chick from Metro News 1 last night?
He got humiliated for looking like a nerd. When his coach first saw him, he turned porn addiction for...
Did you know Spider-Man is the only hero whose greatest power was never his strength, his speed, or his suit, but his responsibility? People love him not because he can climb walls, but because he carries a weight no teenager should ever carry. He loses, he sacrifices, he breaks. Yet somehow, he still chooses to protect a world that rarely understands him. Psychologists say Spider-Man connects with Americans because he represents the ordinary hero. Someone who's not born special, but becomes special through the choices he makes. And that's why he's iconic. Not because he's perfect, but because he keeps fighting, even when no one is watching. Did you know Spider-Man is the only...
Did you know there's a reason Batman's villains never try to take off his mask, and that one comic reveals why they don't even want to know who he really is? We open on a thief named Teddy sitting in a bar, telling the bartender he's just discovered Batman's secret identity. But instead of celebrating, the bartender pours him a drink and warns him to forget the whole thing, explaining how years ago someone knocked Batman down and tried to remove his mask, and what rose up from that street was like watching a demon come to life. So Teddy should walk away if he doesn't want every bone in his body shattered. Except Teddy needs the money, and when another man overhears and says he knows people who'd pay big for that information, the two start drinking and planning their payday while the bartender walks away shaking his head. The next morning, Teddy wakes up at his ex-wife's house, where she tells him their son just moved out without even telling him. And when Teddy says he's about to be rich and fix everything, she fires back that she never wanted money. She just wanted him to be present for their kid. So Teddy storms out promising this is his last job, only to arrive at a meeting where Two-Face immediately dismisses everyone except him. Because here's the thing, Two-Face doesn't want to buy the information. He already knows who Batman is. Just like himself, Batman has two sides constantly at war, the man and the bat. And if anyone ever destroyed Bruce Wayne's ability to live that double life, a pure bat would destroy us all. So Two-Face warns Teddy to leave and forget everything. But Teddy doesn't listen and starts shopping the secret to other villains, visiting the Penguin's daughter who offers him $1 million, until her bodyguard, an old friend of Teddy's, reveals they're planning to kill him and keep Batman's identity for themselves, which is why a group of smaller villains storms the building and kidnaps Teddy, because they've realized something brilliant. If they commit a robbery with Teddy present, Batman can't intervene. If Teddy gets arrested, he might trade Batman's identity for a deal. They've found the Dark Knight's kryptonite. But when they hit the bank and Batman shows up anyway, Teddy runs and hides, whispering prayers under his breath, until he looks up and Batman is already standing right there beside him. Then he wakes up somewhere else, in his son's apartment, where his son starts unloading years of pain, describing how he watched his father stumble home drunk and beaten night after night. How despite everything he still wanted to be him. How he even became a criminal himself until the night he worked with Scarecrow and the fear gas filled his lungs and he was certain he was going to die. That's when Batman appeared and somehow knew exactly who he was. And instead of arresting him, he listened, actually listened, and helped him see a different path with just one request: be better. So when Teddy leaves the room and finds Bruce Wayne standing there waiting for him, it's not as a threat but as an answer. He's found Teddy a job and a place to stay in Metropolis, a fresh start, a chance to find whatever good is still left in his heart. And as Teddy boards that bus out of Gotham, Bruce's voice echoes one final promise, that when he's ready to come back, Batman will be there to help him. Did you know there's a reason Batman's villains never try to take off his mask, and that one comic reveals why they don't even want to know who he really is? We open on a thief named Teddy sitting in a bar, telling the bartender he's just discovered Batman's secret identity. But instead of celebrating, the bartender pours him a drink and warns him to forget the whole thing, explaining how years ago someone knocked Batman down and tried to remove his mask, and what rose up from that street was like watching a demon come to life. So Teddy should walk away if he doesn't want every bone in his body shattered. Except Teddy needs the money, and when another man overhears and says he knows people who'd pay big for that information, the two start drinking and planning their payday while the bartender walks away shaking his head. The next morning, Teddy wakes up at his ex-wife's house, where she tells him their son just moved out without even telling him. And when Teddy says he's about to be rich and fix everything, she fires back that she never wanted money. She just wanted him to be present for their kid. So Teddy storms out promising this is his last job, only to arrive at a meeting where Two-Face immediately dismisses everyone except him. Because here's the thing, Two-Face doesn't want to buy the information. He already knows who Batman is. Just like himself, Batman has two sides constantly at war, the man and the bat. And if anyone ever destroyed Bruce Wayne's ability to live that double life, a pure bat would destroy us all. So Two-Face warns Teddy to leave and forget everything. But Teddy doesn't listen and starts shopping the secret to other villains, visiting the Penguin's daughter, who offers him $1 million, until her bodyguard, an old friend of Teddy's, reveals they're planning to kill him and keep Batman's identity for themselves, which is why a group of smaller villains storms the building and kidnaps Teddy, because they've realized something brilliant. If they commit a robbery with Teddy present, Batman can't intervene. If Teddy gets arrested, he might trade Batman's identity for a deal. They've found the Dark Knight's kryptonite. But when they hit the bank and Batman shows up anyway, Teddy runs and hides, whispering prayers under his breath, until he looks up and Batman is already standing right there beside him. Then he wakes up somewhere else, in his son's apartment, where his son starts unloading years of pain, describing how he watched his father stumble home drunk and beaten night after night, how despite everything he still wanted to be him, how he even became a criminal himself until the night he worked with
Barcelona store versus Real Madrid store. Who's cheaper? The first thing that caught my eye was all the shirts. Like this Lamine Yamal replica for $184.99. I mean, he's good, but spending that much money on the shirt? This Barca coat was $121.99. I thought it'd be more expensive, to be honest. But maybe there was cheaper upstairs. The scarf was $24.99, but then I turned around and this area looked very expensive. How much is this gonna be? The Pep Guardiola frame shirt was $999, and the framed Messi shirt was $2,999. Or maybe you could get a necklace for €3,000. That's madness. I thought you mean to head downstairs. So I went downstairs, past the North London section, found pens for $3.99. I think we're nearly there. $1.99 for a rubber and pencil, but could I find something 99 cents cheaper? Nope. But will Real Madrid be cheaper? This store was actually in Barcelona with memorabilia, seats and a Champions League trophy, but an Mbappe shirt was €310. That's more expensive than the Lamine Yamal shirt. It's got to be cheaper upstairs. The shop was quite small, so I went upstairs and found a Real Madrid toothbrush for €25. Who's got a Real Madrid toothbrush? A football keyring cost €12, and if you like drawing, this pencil gives me €8. Then I finally found the cheapest item, stickers for €3. Barcelona win. Barcelona store for...
Did you know that MCU secretly picked a side in Civil War? And most fans completely missed it. The Avengers were divided into two factions, Team Captain America and Team Iron Man. But years later, after Endgame, Marvel quietly revealed the consequences of that choice. And the message is clear. When you examine the post-Endgame MCU, a striking pattern emerges. Let's break it down. Team Captain America largely found resolution. Steve Rogers returned the stones, went back in time, and finally lived the full life he was denied, with Peggy Carter. Scott Lang survived the blip, reunited with his daughter, and built a future with hope. Bucky Barnes confronted his past, found healing, and even rose to become a respected figure, eventually helping form the new Avengers. Clint Barton was able to retire and return to the family he fought so hard to protect. Sam Wilson stepped into his destiny as the new Captain America. Even Wanda, despite her pain, was given a moment of happiness, creating a reality where she experienced love, family, and belonging. However brief, Team Iron Man, on the other hand, faced relentless loss. Tony Stark sacrificed his life to save the universe. T'Challa, Vision, and Natasha Romanoff all died. Peter Parker lost Aunt May, his secret identity, and every meaningful relationship he had, forced to grow up completely alone. Rhodey wasn't spared either, ultimately being captured and replaced by the Skrulls. In the end, Endgame didn't just conclude a saga, it quietly showed the cost of each path. Team Cap found peace, Team Iron Man paid the price. Subscribe for more Marvel breakdowns. Did you know that
No way. My mom had a friend. She's 18, 19 years old, goes on a date with this guy, and she's at the table with him, and she feels ominous feeling looking at this man. She's like, I'm looking at him, and I can see like there's nothing behind his eyes, to the point where she has never done this. She went into a payphone at the restaurant, called her brother, and was like, can you please come pick me up like immediately? And went in the car and left. And she was like, I'm just creeped out by this guy. I can't explain it. I'm creeped out. The brother had a paper route. He's leaving the next morning at 5 a.m. Sees a guy running out of the bushes, runs back in the house. Sister wakes up. Brother says he was wearing like a beige jacket. She's like, that's the guy I was on a date with. He must have been like waiting for me. Life goes on. What a psycho, lunatic boyfriend. 3 years later, on the news, she literally almost fell out of her chair because she was on a date with Ted Bundy. My mom had a friend. She's 18, 19 years old.
That's how you defeat one of the most popular openings of your opponents. Initially, we placed...
How is Gen Z performing in the Delta Force?
Exceptionally sharp, ridiculous.
After getting tired of Gotham, the Joker decides to visit Metropolis, Superman's city. He is quickly approached by Clark, and the Joker immediately...
I'm an AI girl.
Managers that caused leagues to change their rules. Back in December 2021, as the Omicron virus decimated squads with a record 103 weekly cases, Jurgen Klopp saw his players struggling and pleaded with the Premier League to reinstate the 5 substitutions rule to protect them during the brutal 48-hour turnaround between Boxing Day and December 28th, but the people in charge completely shut him down. You see, despite shareholders voting against the change and pundits like Simon Jordan telling him to shut up and get on with it for seeking an unfair advantage, the situation turned ironic when Liverpool's own Boxing Day match was postponed, leaving them fresh while their next opponent, Leicester City, had to play Manchester City on the 26th before facing Liverpool just 48 hours later. But what happened next proved Klopp wasn't being selfish. After Liverpool actually lost that game 1-0 to the exhausted Leicester side, Klopp refused to use the schedule as an excuse, instead arguing that forcing Leicester to play 2 high-intensity games in 48 hours was dangerous for their health, proving he cared more about human safety than the 3 points. But his legacy was already sealed. Because he refused to let it go, he effectively shamed the league into action, forcing them to finally cave 3 months later and make the 5-sub rule permanent like the rest of Europe. Managers that caused leagues to change their rules. Back in December 2021, as the Omicron virus decimated squads with a record 103 weekly cases,
what if the Avengers were never meant to exist? And what if Odin should still be alive today? Think about it. What's more surprising? Stumbling onto a
So I had a rule in every casino in Vegas. Pretty sure I'm the only one in Vegas history that had this rule. There was one guy, I'm not going to say his name, who always sat with me at every table. He was allowed to spend my money as if it was mine. He can place a bet for me, he can pull for my markers, he can pay my commissions, he can take the chips off the table and put in his pocket. And that's what he did. So what I would do is, I would meet him and discuss it. What is the stop loss, what is the stop win? So he would know my number. So he's counting my chips while I'm focused on the game. Because imagine every hand I play, I have to recount the chips and do more. This math here is a distraction. To add a layer of math that really is irrelevant to what I'm trying to do, which is win, all it does is take me further away from what I'm trying to do. So I had a...
After Superman and Flash agree to compete in a race, the rules are simple. 10 laps around the entire world. First one back wins. And Flash immediately takes the lead because, of course he does. He's the fastest man alive. But Superman isn't backing down. He's pushing himself harder than he's ever pushed before. And by the second lap, he's actually closing the gap, which makes Flash panic and tap into even more speed. And watching all of this is Lex Luthor with the most sinister smile on his face. Lex announces to the entire world that he'll donate $1 billion to charity if Superman wins. Lex already calculated that Superman will lose. He's mathematically certain of it. And when the Man of Steel fails, the public will blame him for costing charity $1 billion. But Lex made one critical mistake. He forgot about super hearing. And Superman caught every single word. And suddenly, this isn't just a race anymore. It's everything. So when Superman collapses on the 7th lap, completely drained, he has to make a choice. And he forces himself up, pushes past every physical limit, becomes a living contradiction of what should be possible. And against every odd and every calculation Lex Luthor ever made, Superman crosses that finish line first, forcing Lex to donate every single dollar to charity. After Superman and Flash agree to compete in a race, the rules are simple. 10 laps around the entire world. First one back wins. And Flash immediately takes the lead because, of course he does. He's the fastest man alive. But Superman isn't backing down. He's pushing himself harder than he's ever pushed before. And by the second lap, he's actually closing the gap, which makes Flash panic and tap into even more speed. And watching all of this is Lex Luthor with the most sinister smile on his face. Lex announces to the entire world that he'll donate $1 billion to charity if Superman wins. Lex already calculated that Superman will lose. He's mathematically certain of it. And when the Man of Steel fails, the public will blame him for costing charity $1 billion. But Lex made one critical mistake. He forgot about super hearing. And Superman caught every single word. And suddenly, this isn't just a race anymore. It's everything. So when Superman collapses on the 7th lap, completely drained, he has to make a choice. And he forces himself up, pushes past every physical limit, becomes a living contradiction of what should be possible. And against every odd and every calculation Lex Luthor ever made, Superman crosses that finish line first, forcing Lex to donate every single dollar to charity. After Superman and Flash agree...
A couple years ago, there was songs that were almost rapped by different artists.
Jeg vil være på røven, hvis Stolty Bugs ikke var der.
The plot of Avengers Doomsday has anyone ever put
to raise $1 billion
national teams that might get banned.
This guy just put an app.
Why does PSG do?
There's something about Tai Lung in Kung Fu Panda that never really adds up. Tai Lung was locked in prison for 20 years. He could...
FIFA 26 might have crazy good graphics, but let's be honest, the game itself is kinda trash. So, is PES actually better? Let's break it down. First off, pitch deformation. FIFA's been the king here for years. The grass literally gets destroyed after a slide tackle. Easy point to EAFC. Next up, crossbar hits. In FIFA 26, the whole bar shakes when it gets smacked. In PES, just a sad little splash effect. Yeah, that's another one for FIFA. But when it comes to shooting animations, PES takes the crown. The shots look smooth, realistic, almost cinematic, while FIFA players move like they're stuck in a Windows update. Point to PES. And finally, bicycle kicks. In FIFA, your player glitches midair like he forgot what planet he's on. In PES, it's pure motion. Smooth. Perfect. Another point to PES. So yeah, FIFA looks prettier, but PES feels way more real. Which one you riding?
You might be wondering why, just by seeing a single trace of shapeshift residue on the floor.
Millions of gamers are now earning real rewards for their time and effort.
Jose Mourinho made Ronaldo cry. That was Modric talking.
Galactus has a daughter, and she started as a parasite feeding on his own cosmic power before becoming something he never expected. Her name is Galacta, and she didn't come from a mother or any kind of normal birth. She spontaneously generated inside Galactus himself as a parasitic entity that fed on his power cosmic until she evolved into a fully conscious cosmic being. But unlike her father, she refused to become a monster. So instead of consuming planets, she fed only on alien parasites, extraterrestrial viruses, and cosmic threats, quietly saving Earth while humans had no idea she even existed. Except there was a problem. Because Galacta saw everything as food, she couldn't look at a person without calculating their calories, and lately, that hunger was getting worse. So she ran tests on herself and discovered something horrifying. A tapeworm cosmic, an ancient parasite latched onto her power, draining her from the inside, which meant she was losing control. So she reached out to the one being who might understand, her father. But Galactus never answered, leaving her desperate enough to consider the unthinkable, transforming Wolverine's healing factor into a living planet she could feed on forever, or even consuming Thor's hammer Mjolnir. But she held back and went to Galactus's greatest enemies instead, the Fantastic Four, where Reed Richards welcomed her while Johnny couldn't stop staring, none of them realizing she was barely listening because she was mentally calculating how many calories each of them contained. And then, Reed mentioned something that changed everything, the ultimate nullifier, a weapon capable of erasing anything from existence, and Galacta immediately knew what she had to do. She would use it on herself, end the hunger forever before she became the monster she feared. So, she rushed to her father's world ship to find it, and just as she prepared to pull the trigger on her own existence, Galactus finally appeared and flooded her with cosmic energy. And then, he told her the truth. There was no parasite. What she felt growing inside her was the same thing she once was, a cosmic entity forming the exact same way she had formed inside him. Galacta wasn't infected, she was pregnant, and for the first time in her life, the daughter of Galactus didn't know what to say. Galactus has...
I remember when I scored 5 goals in 9 minutes, but even after the...
Anybody who's saying they're kicked out of a fucking place because they're good, they're full of shit. Unless they catch you fucking cheating.
Oh my god, that's not true. He is banned.
Where?
All over, most places.
Why is he banned from most...
If you were designing a football, you probably wouldn't make it green, right? Because it would blend in with the grass. Italy thought they'd avoided this when they made an orange one this season. But instead, they learned there's actually 2 colors you should not use. 8% of people have something called red-green color blindness. It is by far the most common type. Orange and red are very close, so for those 300 million people, the ball actually looked like this. The league quietly got rid of it after just 5 weeks, with the commissioner calling it an objectively terrible idea. But it actually teaches us a lot. Every year, leagues release a colorful ball for the winter. They are always blue and yellow, but I never actually knew why. Turns out, yellow and blue are processed in a different channel, so even if you're colorblind, blue stays visible, and yellow is bright enough to contrast against the grass. The original soccer ball is now kind of a meme, but the science is the same. On black and white TV, this was the easiest design to see, and now you know why. If you were designing a football,
if I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and for some reason everyone behind the counter had a Ku Klux Klan.
After taking a drug to reverse his aging, Batman discovers it's made from murdered children. Bruce Wayne runs into his childhood friend Scarlet Scott, who takes him to her lab and shows him a drug called Sangrail that slows aging and increases lifespan. She tells him some lives are worth more than others. Bruce refuses at first, but after realizing he's become an old man with multiple knee surgeries, he decides to think it over. He meets with Superman, seeking advice from someone who's practically immortal, and after hearing his opinions, decides to take it. Bruce Bruce meets with Scarlet again, and doctors put him through physical tests. He plays it tough, intentionally making things look harder than they are to avoid raising suspicion. They tell him he's much younger than his actual age. He takes the drug, and for the first time in years, sleeps 11 hours straight. Damien wakes him up, and they start sparring. Bruce feels unstoppable again. Suddenly, they get a call from Oracle about a murdered kid named Kai. Bruce calls Harvey Bullock to investigate, but Harvey says mysterious agents won't let the GCPD enter the crime scene. Bruce and Damien break into the child's home and find his body drained of blood. The agents show up to take the body, but Bruce and Damien engage, knocking them out. Bruce scans their IDs and realizes there's a symbol of Sangrail. The drug is made using children's blood. Bruce meets with Scarlet to investigate and asks if it's possible to give the drug to normal people, but she freaks out and panics as if someone is watching them. He then asks her out for dinner, and after spending the night together, steals a chip from her computer. He returns home and notices a letter hanging on the gate containing the truth about Scarlet. Over 20 years ago, a car accident claimed the lives of a couple. The woman was pregnant with Scarlet, and her husband was gravely injured. Thomas Wayne decided to perform life-saving surgery on the man. He spent 9 hours in the operating room, successfully saving the man's life. What Thomas didn't know was that the man he saved was Joe Chill, the same man who would murder him and Martha Wayne, leaving Bruce orphaned. After the surgery, he meets with the mother holding Scarlet in her arms, and she tells him he should have let Joe die. Thomas Wayne's mercy created his own murderer, and now his son has to live with that choice forever. After taking the drug to reverse his aging, Batman discovers it's made from murdered children. Bruce Wayne runs into his childhood friend Scarlet Scott, who takes him to her lab and shows him a drug called Sangrail that slows aging and increases lifespan. She tells him some lives are worth more than others. Bruce refuses at first, but after realizing he's become an old man with multiple knee surgeries, he decides to think it over. He meets with Superman, seeking advice from someone who's practically immortal, and after hearing his opinions, decides to take it. Bruce meets with Scarlet again, and doctors put him through physical tests. He plays it tough, intentionally making things look harder than they are to avoid raising suspicion. They tell him he's much younger than his actual age. He takes the drug, and for the first time in years, sleeps 11 hours straight. Damien wakes him up, and they start sparring. Bruce feels unstoppable again. Suddenly, they get a call from Oracle about a murdered kid named Kai. Bruce calls Harvey Bullock to investigate, but Harvey says mysterious agents won't let the GCPD enter the crime scene. Bruce and Damien break into the child's home and find his body drained of blood. The agents show up to take the body, but Bruce and Damien engage, knocking them out. Bruce scans their IDs and realizes there's a symbol of Sangrail. The drug is made using children's blood. Bruce meets with Scarlet to investigate and asks if it's possible to give the drug to normal people, but she freaks out and panics as if someone is watching them. He then asks her out for dinner, and after spending the night together, steals a chip from her computer. He returns home and notices
I love watching my boyfriend warm up. Which one is he? Oh, there, the cute one with the dark hair, number 23.
Wait, that's your boyfriend? That one there with the hair in his eyes? Oh, since when?
6 weeks next Wednesday.
6 weeks? Wow, well, that's plenty of time to, meet the parents and everything.
Oh, they're dead. Which is okay, because he said they were really lame. It was so great finally meeting you, Mrs. Heck.
You too!
I love watching my boyfriend warm up.
Which one is he?
Oh, there, the cute one with the dark hair, number 23.
Wait, that's your boyfriend? That one there with the hair in his eyes? Oh, since when?
6 weeks next Wednesday.
6 weeks? Wow, well, that's...
Everyone thinks Far From Home is a simple Spider-Man movie. It's not. Marvel hid the real story in the background, and almost nobody...
After Supergirl asked Robin out on a date, she put on a dress and headed to the restaurant. But when she arrived, she saw Dick sitting there dressed as Robin annoyed. She rushed back to change and returned as Supergirl. She asked why he showed up in costume, and Dick said he didn't know she even had a secret identity. While they ordered food, Dick joked about how much their waiter ordered for himself, and realized money clearly wasn't a problem for him. During dinner, he kept talking over Supergirl.
Den är smörfylld, spröd.
Harry Potter facts that will make your heart ache. 1. After the war, Hagrid finally got a wand of his own. Harry taught him the Patronus charm. Hagrid's Patronus was Hedwig. 2. After the war, Neville went to visit his parents. After he told them everything, his mother, who usually only spoke nonsense, said one clear word: proud. 3. After Lupin fell in battle, the Marauders map only showed mischief managed on the front, and it never worked again. 4. No one ever told Neville that Sirius was innocent, but when he found out Sirius was in danger, Neville didn't hesitate. He joined the rescue mission anyway. 5. After Fred passed, Mrs. Weasley found every mirror and window. Players who had disabilities but still made it big. Back in the late 1980s, Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson watched a 13-year-old boy named Paul Scholes train and immediately wrote him off because the kid was only 4 feet 8 inches tall, suffered from asthma, and had knees so bad from Osgood-Schlatter disease that he often couldn't even train. Upon seeing this fragile teenager struggling to cope with the physical demands, Ferguson turned to his assistant and simply said, "He's got no chance, he's a midget." But the struggle was just getting started. You see, while Paul's friends like David Beckham were winning the famous 1992 FA Youth Cup, this kid was stuck on the sidelines because he was deemed too small and too sick to play in the final. Realizing that he had to change everything to survive, he stopped eating pies, quit drinking beer, and because his asthma meant he couldn't run as much as the others, he trained his brain to play faster than everyone else by mastering the art of constantly scanning the field, so he never had to rely on physical strength. So by doing this, Paul improved his game big time, which led to him finally earning Ferguson's trust and earning himself on United's first team, where he eventually started to make regular appearances for the club. But in 2006, his career nearly ended overnight. The thing is, Scholes suffered a blocked vein in his right eye that left him with blurred vision and double sight, which forced doctors to order him to rest for months while many feared he was finished. However, he adapted again by relying even more on his mental map of the pitch since his eyes were failing him, allowing him to prolong his career, and he went on to win 11 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues while playing over 700 games for United. Players who had disabilities but still made it big. Back in the late 1980s, Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson watched a 13-year-old boy named Paul Scholes train and immediately wrote him off because the kid was only...
Stille og roligt, Jolly. Stille og roligt. Hvad nu det hedder? Jeg havde fødselsdag i går. Mine venner kommer i morgen. Det bliver hyggeligt. Jeg ved ikke, om jeg er live i morgen for dem. Så jeg vil bare lige sige hej. Og så se, hvad der sker. Jeg har købt en ny computer, ny telefon og en Nintendo Switch. Så det er fucking dejligt. Og I kan se, det er en ny computer, jeg streamer på.
During Batman's funeral, all of Bruce's...
Nyt. Så vi kører den. Live fra skole. Altså jeg har, jeg har købt en iMac, ikke? Fordi min PC, fordi den her PC, der er lige ved siden af, ikke? Den der crap, jeg kan ikke bruge den så, men jeg ved, at jeg kan bruge iMac'en noget bedre. Altså det er jo ikke så mange spil, jeg spiller, altså. Men, og hvis jeg skal game, så er det Nintendo, jeg gamer. Eller Switchen, eller League eller sådan noget. Jeg spiller meget Mario Kart for tiden, jeg synes det er meget spændende og sjovt. Jeg glæder mig til, at mig og mine venner skal spille Mario Kart i morgen. Vi får en hygge, så spiller vi Mario Kart og grinder. Eller så spiller vi Mario vs Donkey Kong. Det kunne også være sjovt. Det ved jeg. Og så er den første Vietnam video ude, sådan rigtig officielt. Nice. Og jeg skal have thumbnail og det hele til en anden video. Må hellere komme i gang, før må hellere komme i gang. Men ja, hvordan har vi det? Nå, nej, der svarer. Good. Skal lige prøve. Jeg skal lige prøve det her. Okay. Sådan. Så er man også på mærken. Så er man også på mærken. På den ene eller anden måde, fam. På den ene eller anden måde. Rather be with you. Rather be with you. Rather be with you.
Do you think Blonde Blazer's amulet is the most overpowered item in Dispatch? It instantly gives the user superhuman strength, durability, the ability to fly, and energy projection. It can also somehow heal the user's medical conditions and allows them to use their powers alongside the amulets. The only other item that compares is the Astral Pulse, which is arguably more impressive since it is man-made, but its potential is clearly not fully utilized inside the mech suit. Do you think Blonde Blazer's amulet is the most overpowered item in Dispatch? It instantly gives the user superhuman strength, durability, the ability to fly, and energy projection. It can also somehow heal the user's medical condition.
Oh, fuck.
Do you think Blonde Blazer's amulet is the most overpowered item in Dispatch? It instantly gives the user super...
She said I should be here till then. Ask what's up with me after. I'll probably be in bed. She only strict on the weekend. She told me that she's a fan. I'll just sit here and pretend that I don't wanna be with you instead. Said I would with you, okay. With you. I told you I'd focus on me, but I've been on bullshit since you left me. That wasn't my plan, but you out here again doing shit, trying to test me. You moving spiteful and doing shit, hoping that it gets back to me, babe. I would rather be back at your place. Tell me, can I come back there again? Cause I'm over us being messy. I'm reminiscing on that one time we were fucking crazy in the backseat. Yeah, the sex was cool and all, but honestly I miss my bestie. I got so much to update you on, I'm begging you baby to text me. Rather be with you. Said I would with you, okay. Rather be with you. It's 5 a.m. my head is spinning. I got so drunk now I can't feel shit now. At least it makes it easier to pretend that I don't wanna be with you instead. Yeah. Rather be with you. Rather be with you. With you. Same as way, so fucking around, I'm out these days, I'm not. You and me don't ever dare take me on, cause this shit getting lonely now. Drunk, you and me, come on tonight, fuck up, I stop. 1942 tonight. Jump, long as me and my buddies bout to jump. Only one he knew tonight. He said, nothing never be the same as so fucking all I'm always dead. You know me, I'll never bet. Take me out, cause this shit getting lonely now. I can't hide this shit, I feel lost. I can't lie to you, girl, I feel cross. Hit the strip, now I'm throwing up. Now I'm throwing up once. Did the Amex circle dumb? I told Dan, go take out some funds. I'm tryna pull up till I can't feel nothing. No matter how much that shit costs, I still can't get you out of my thoughts. I still think about you when I'm sauced. Facts. No matter how much sugar I bought, no matter how many times we fought, it made me only wanna be with you safe to say. Sometimes I still get lonely, girl. It's safe to say I'd rather you be on me, girl. I hate the pain. Game, I would take the fall for you. I can't just fake. It ain't easy getting over you. transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. We'll make it all okay. Lead through the night, waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment, us for the moment. I think of that day, that time, whenever that day comes out. Love you in the ways you want, I'ma kill all my pride. Girl, you help me face my fears, opened up and changed my mind. I guess I couldn't see the signs, you're right. Can't get back all the time and tears that I invested. You told me that my heart would be protected. Thought for months I sat and I reflected. I learned how to forgive you, that's a blessing. I hope that you have the same perspective and see that we just needed to be tested. Until that day I'll be missing. Girl, listen, I'm waiting for the day when no one is watching. The spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment, us for the moment. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. The spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment, us for the moment.
Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Make it all okay, be through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment.
It's how I let go. I swear the pain is all broke. The songs that I wrote, oh, you reap what you sow. You waited, but I never came back. You waited, but I never came back. I say you're so unbelievable, but actually I believed you. I thought that it would hurt, but actually it was good to see you. Cause I know how you operate, and now I really see through. I got nostalgic once or twice, but I'm gonna be okay. You said you're scared I got hurt, but I see you wearing my shirt. The story stone will never be reversed. So where did I go? You waited, but I never came back. I never came back. You waited, but I never came back. Waited, but I never came back. You waited, but I never came back. So deep. At first I lost sleep from it, but week after week I felt more at peace. I didn't, now I feel free. So free that I flew, yeah, you're talking to ghosts. You waited, but I never came back. Never came back. You waited, but I never came back. You waited, but I never came back. You waited, but I never came to me. Was it for you, baby? I'm hard. Was it for you, baby? I'm hard. Was it for you, baby? I'm hard. Is it still on your mind? Is it way on your nobody else gets it, I understand. The pressure you face isn't there, no. I wish I could take it all away from you, but I can't. Yeah, I see the things that they can't, yeah. So can we talk about it? Don't wanna talk about it. In your eyes, we feel the same kind of pain, and it only gets worse with time. Yeah, everything that we say and we do gets hurt, and now they put a strain on the love that we didn't deserve. Next time, I'm keeping it private. Could've worked it out, 'cause I know I was bad, but it could've been worse somehow. Everything that we built, we just watched them burn it down. They put a strain on the love that we didn't deserve. Next time, I'm keeping it private. Call me drunk to tell me how you feel now. Call me things I wish I could've hit. Sorry where I feel the way I feel. Honestly, think we should just be healing. Cross the blood for saying that it's over. All for what? At times I'm so girl. Can we talk about it? Don't wanna talk about it. In your eyes, we feel the same kind of pain, and it only gets worse with time. Yeah, everything that we say and we do gets hurt, and now they put a strain on the love that we didn't deserve. Next time, I'm keeping it private. Could've worked it out, 'cause I know it was bad, but it could've been worse somehow. Everything that we built, we just watched them burn it down. They put a strain on the love that we didn't deserve. Next time, I'm keeping it private. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. You'll make it all okay, hold me through the night. Waiting for the day when Sing to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. I think of that day at a time, whenever that day comes out. Love you in the ways you want, and I'ma kill all my pride. Girl, you help me face my fears, opened up and changed my mind. I guess I couldn't always see the signs. You're right. Can't get back all the time and tears that I invested. You told me that my heart would be protected. Thought for months I sat and I reflected. I learned how to forgive you, that's a blessing. I hope that you have the same perspective and see that we just needed to be tested. Until that day I'll be missing. Girl, listen, I'm waiting for the day when no one is watching. I spin this by the same train, sing to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. I spin this by the same train, sing to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment.
Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally sing, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Making our own kingdom, be through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally sing, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment.
Jeg tog mine stoffer og min lover og forlod scenen. Jeg forlod festen med en Barbie med en tattoo der er et. Hun ringede til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 timer, da hun fortalte mig hun hed Laura. Broken heart, hurtig bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi min sang i radioen. Og jeg er stadig hernede til playcool. Hun kørte ligesom om frygtløs, første gang jeg var nervøs. So I waited for my chance, but playboys we don't dance. 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 Jeg tog mine stoffer og min lover og forlod scenen. Jeg forlod festen med en Barbie med en tattoo der er et. Hun ringede til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 timer, da hun fortalte mig hun hed Laura. Broken heart, hurtig bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi min sang i radioen. Og jeg er stadig hernede til playcool. Hun kørte ligesom om frygtløs, første gang jeg var nervøs. So I waited for my chance, but playboys we don't dance. 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 Jeg tog min stoffer og min lover og forlod scenen. Jeg forlod festen med en Barbie med en tattoo der er et. Hun ringede til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 i timen, da hun fortalte mig hun hed Laura. Broken heart, og de bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi min sang i radioen, og jeg er stadig hernede til play cool. Hun kørte ligesom om en frygtløs, første gang jeg var nervøs. So I waited for my chance, but playboys we don't dance. 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 Jeg tog min stoffer og min lover og forlod scenen. Jeg forlod festen med en Barbie med en tattoo der er et. Hun ringede til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 i timen, da hun fortalte mig hun hed Laura. Broken heart, og de bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi min sang i radioen, og jeg er stadig hernede til play cool. Hun kørte ligesom om en frygtløs, første gang jeg var nervøs. So I waited for my chance, but playboys we don't dance. 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 But playboys we don't dance.
Gør det hele med afspilning og annoncer. Download sange og mere på YouTube Musik-appen.
Jeg tog min stoffer og min lover og forlod scenen. Jeg forlod festen med en Barbie med en tattoo der er et. Hun ringede til min telefon, men jeg fortalte hende jeg er alene. Hun kan lide mine øjne, mit smil, min charme og min aura. Vi kørte 200 i timen, da hun fortalte mig hun hed Laura. Broken heart, og de bitter 1997 in the rain. Hun stjal mit hjerte og efterlod det med pain. Men selv i den her situation, så hørte vi
Whoa.
watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. You'll make it all okay. Hold me through the night, waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. I think of that day and time, whenever that day comes out. Love you in the ways you want, and I'ma kill all my pride. Girl, you help me face my fears, opened up and changed my mind. I guess I couldn't always see the signs. You're right, can't get back all the time and tears that I invested. You told me that my heart would be protected. Thought for months I sat and I reflected. I learned how to forgive you, that's a blessing. I hope that you have the same perspective and see that we just needed to be tested. Until that day I'll be missing. Girl, listen, I'm waiting for the day when no one is watching. The spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. The spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment.
Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Make it all okay, be through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment.
My head is spinning. I got so drunk now I can't feel shit now. At least it makes it easier to pretend that I don't wanna be with you instead. Rather be with you. Rather be with you. With you. I would take the fall for you again. Just wait, it ain't easy getting over you. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. You'll make it all okay. Hold me through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. I think of that day and time whenever that day comes out. Love you in the ways you want, and I'ma kill all my pride. Girl, you help me face my fears, opened up and changed my mind. I guess I couldn't always see the signs. You're right. Can't get back all the time and tears that I invested. You told me that my heart would be protected. Thought for months I sat and I reflected. I learned how to forgive you, that's a blessing. I hope that you have the same perspective and see that we just needed to be tested. Until that day I'll be missing. Girl, listen, I'm waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Us for the moment. Us for the moment.
Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. Make it all okay, be through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment.
Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our way, just us for the moment. You'll make it all okay. Hold me through the night. Waiting for the day when no one is watching. Our spirits finally safe, transcend to the sky. There's nothing in our